Hi, my name is Lauren Geyer, and this is my presentation on the coherence principle. When I think about the coherence principle, I think of a way where students are able to learn better with extraneous material when it's excluded rather than included, which basically means the students are able to see more images and videos rather than just reading the text over and over again. According to the cognitive theory of multimedia, this is typically the capacity of human memory, which is very limited, and I think this is a great principle to include in my classroom. When I wanted to look at the coherence principle, I chose to look for a few slides on the cell theory, which I would use in my Biology 1 classroom. As you see in this slide, there is a lot of text. Some words are bolded, while others are in parentheses. There's too much text on this slide for a freshman student to read if there were more than one or two slides because they would get very bored. The students need to have a slide where they can stay engaged but also know what they're looking at rather than reading like reading a book per se. This is not what a typical presentation slide should look like. I've made a few changes to this slide. This is what I came up with. The discovery of cells, you still have that, you have your subtitle, and then you have questions to engage the student, like who was the first person to coin the term cell? That was Robert Hooke, and those are the dates that he was alive. Who was the first scientist to record observations of bacterial cells? Anton van Leeuwenhoek. And who said all plants are made of cells? Matthias Schleiden. This is a great way for the students to be able to answer the question or discuss it before they see the bolded word. The next slide that I chose to look at is just a follow-up of the first slide where it talks about some more scientists that were involved in the cell theory and certain things that they had come up with based on their experiments. This I feel like is still very unorganized. There's many bullets. Sentences where the students might get off track or not stay engaged. It also is bothering me that in the second bullet it says Schwann proposed first two principles of cell theory, and then this two bullets after that, which are supposed to be the two principles of cell theory, are just simply stated as another sentence, which isn't correctly organized. I made a few changes to this slide as well. I included the question idea where you have the question and the scientist's name. And at the very end, I included a video that includes all of these scientists that you see on the first slide and the second slide to go over and look at how they all inadvertently work together to create the cell theory. I think that this is a great way for the students to stay engaged. It allows for them to see how creative certain things can be. And I think that it will keep the students on task rather than simply reading a bunch of text.